Understanding the NBA fraud case. Imagine trusting your favorite athlete, someone you cheered for, admired, and respected, only to learn they're accused of fraud. It sounds unbelievable, right? Recently, several former NBA players faced serious legal issues that rocked the sports world. This case shines a bright light on the growing problem of financial scams in professional athletics. But what really happened here? Let's break it down. Because beneath the fame and fortune lies a cautionary tale about greed, trust, and accountability. Part 1: The discovery. According to prosecutors, multiple former players conspired to commit healthcare fraud. They allegedly falsified medical and dental reimbursement claims, fake treatments, inflated bills, and made up procedures. The victims: legitimate healthcare providers and insurance companies who trusted the paperwork they received. What looked routine on paper was actually a blueprint for deception. But that was only the surface. As investigators dug deeper, a complex web began to emerge. Part 2: How the scheme worked. Here's how it unfolded. Players submitted reimbursement requests for expensive dental work or physical therapy sessions that never happened. Sometimes, identical invoices were used by different players, same clinic, same amount, same dates. The fraud was simple but effective. Money was approved, wired, and quickly withdrawn before anyone asked questions. And it didn't stop there. A few non-NBA associates allegedly helped coordinate the claims. They acted as middlemen, editing documents, sending them off, and taking a cut of every payout. Each false claim was a small win that, together, became a multi-million-dollar heist. Reflective beat. It's a reminder that financial crimes rarely look dramatic. They hide in spreadsheets and email threads, disguised as routine paperwork. Section 3: The cost of greed. By the time the scheme unraveled, millions of dollars were gone. Funds that could have covered real surgeries or medical treatments were instead pocketed through lies. The losses were staggering, and the moral cost even higher. Because every dollar stolen here wasn't just fraud against the system, it was fraud against integrity itself. Why risk everything? Why would successful athletes, already earning fortunes, gamble with their freedom? Maybe it was arrogance. Maybe it was desperation. Or maybe it was the illusion that fame makes you untouchable. But as this case shows, no one is above the law. Section 4: The fallout. Once federal investigators stepped in, everything changed. Headlines exploded. Court documents revealed details that stunned fans across the country. Families of the accused faced public shame. Endorsements vanished overnight. What once was admiration turned into disappointment. For many supporters, this wasn't just about crime, it was about betrayal. Because when your heroes fall, it hurts on a personal level. Behind every scandal is a ripple effect of heartbreak. Section 5: Lessons in integrity. This case opened a painful but necessary conversation. It forced leagues, sponsors, and fans to confront uncomfortable truths about ethics in sports. Financial literacy programs for athletes became a renewed focus. Experts called for stronger mentorship, transparency, and accountability across all professional leagues. And beyond the courtroom, something deeper was at stake: trust. Trust between players and fans. Trust between leagues and the public. trust that athletic greatness also means moral responsibility. Section 6 Systemic reflection. As sports analysts examined the scandal, they saw a bigger pattern. It wasn't just about a few bad choices, it was about a system that failed to prepare players for real-world responsibility. Many athletes enter fame suddenly, surrounded by money, pressure, and people who may not have their best interests at heart. Without proper guidance, mistakes multiply. So the question isn't just, why did they do it? It's, how can we stop it from happening again? That's the challenge professional sports faces moving forward. Section 7 Reform and responsibility. In the wake of the fraud case, both the NBA and player organizations have doubled down on reform. Financial ethics training, mentorship initiatives, and stricter auditing are now on the table. Industry leaders argue that education is the only vaccine against corruption. Teaching players to manage wealth responsibly could prevent future scandals before they start. It's not about punishment, it's about prevention. And that's a message every league can learn from. Section 8 Emotional closure. Beyond policies and programs, there's the human cost. The families who now live with the stigma. The fans left questioning who they can trust. And the players themselves, some remorseful, some defiant, who must face a legacy forever marked by their choices. Sports are supposed to inspire us. They remind us of teamwork, perseverance, and fair play. When that purity is broken, it takes years to rebuild. But rebuilding is possible, if the lessons are taken seriously. Outro. The bigger picture. This scandal isn't just an NBA story. It's a human story about choices, ethics, and the fine line between ambition and greed. In every locker room and boardroom, integrity must matter more than money. Because without integrity, the game itself loses meaning. Final reflection, the truth. No highlight reel, no championship ring, and no endorsement deal is worth the price of your name. Integrity is the real legacy. In small towns across America, parents gather with their children, eager to share stories of their heroes. They reminisce about the athletes who inspired them, stories filled with triumph and dedication. Yet, as headlines showcase the fallout of the fraud case, trust in these heroes is shaken. Children watch in confusion. They wonder why their role models, once paragons of virtue, have stumbled so gravely. Parents attempt to explain these complex realities, navigating their kids' questions with care, hoping to instill a sense of resilience amidst disappointment. In these moments of reflection, the challenge lies not just in understanding the actions of the accused players but also in fostering an environment where integrity can thrive. Community discussions blossom, with local leaders emphasizing the importance of ethical behavior in sports. Schools introduce programs that highlight honesty, teamwork, and social responsibility, allowing children to engage with these values in tangible ways. Sports should embody the spirit of fair competition and the celebration of character, but they also must confront the reality of moral failures from those we look up to. As these communities heal, they recognize that their conversations are shaping future generations, instilling in them the importance of not only striving for greatness but doing so with honor. This shift paves the way for young athletes to understand the true weight of their choices, encouraging them to become role models worth following. In this evolving narrative, the focus shifts back to the players themselves, those whose actions sparked both disappointment and reflection. As they grapple with the consequences of their choices, some express deep regret, vowing to make amends and rebuild trust. Others, caught in their defiance, struggle to understand the weight of their actions and the impact on their fans. conversations arise among teammates, where candid discussions replace the usual banter. They question one another about values, decisions, and the future. A realization dawns: their journey as athletes isn't solely defined by wins or losses but by how they navigate the challenges of responsibility and integrity. In this crucible of change, the road to redemption is paved with humility and a relentless commitment to doing better. As each story unfolds, the community stands vigilant, eager to support their heroes in reclaiming their legacies amid the shadows of past mistakes. As dialogues spread throughout the local community, former athletes take on mentoring roles, sharing their experiences to educate the younger generation. They candidly recount their own missteps, illustrating how temptation can cloud judgment in moments of vulnerability. Through real-life examples, these mentors aim to transform potential pitfalls into lessons of growth, ensuring that the next wave of talent understands the importance of staying grounded. Workshops and seminars are organized, drawing in experts to speak passionately about integrity, responsibility, and the true essence of sportsmanship. Engaging activities foster interactive discussions, where young athletes are encouraged to explore what it means to be a role model in today's challenging landscape. In every session, the underlying message is clear: integrity isn't just an ideal, it's a practice that requires active engagement and continual reflection. As this movement gains momentum, hope glimmers for a new era in sports, one that values character as fiercely as it does athleticism. The journey of rebuilding trust is long, yet crucial, and the community stands united, reinforcing the idea that every individual holds the power to effect change. Each young athlete leaves these gatherings inspired, carrying not just a passion for the game, but also a commitment to uphold the honor associated with it. Only through embracing these foundational lessons can they aspire to contribute positively to their respective sports and communities. While navigating this journey of growth, the specter of past mistakes looms large. Players reflect on their missteps, recognizing that each choice reverberates beyond themselves, impacting fans, families, and the integrity of the sport. Many are determined to rewrite their narratives, prioritizing personal accountability as they step back into the spotlight. They engage in sincere dialogues, showcasing vulnerability as they share their aspirations for positive change. In team meetings, the conversation shifts from old routines to profound discussions about values. Each athlete acknowledges their role not just as competitors but as influential figures, championing principles that define the very essence of sportsmanship. With a renewed focus on purpose, these athletes craft a vision for a legacy grounded in respect and ethical behavior. As they work together to foster an environment of trust, the message becomes clear: true greatness transcends victories, encompassing the moral fabric that binds teams and communities alike. In this transformative landscape, the understanding of sportsmanship is redefined, cultivating a generation of athletes who prioritize ethical conduct above mere accolades. Former players offer guidance, emphasizing that the burden of influence comes with the responsibility to uphold integrity. They share stories of their own trials, weaving life lessons into the fabric of mentorship. As these young athletes absorb this wisdom, they blossom into conscious competitors, aware that their actions resonate beyond the field, influencing countless lives. Thus, a culture begins to emerge, one that celebrates not only the triumphs of athleticism but also the virtues of honesty and accountability. The community becomes a nurturing ground, where the pillars of trust and respect are firmly established. Over time, these principles take root, transforming the narrative around sports and fostering an environment where young talents can thrive without the shadows of past mistakes. With every practice and game, they embody the notion that true success is measured not just by wins, but by one's character and choices. In navigating this new path, athletes learn that while the temptation of shortcuts may loom, the rewards of integrity are far greater, echoing throughout their careers and beyond. As they move forward, these athletes come to realize that their influence extends far beyond the confines of the gym or the field. Each young player embraces the opportunity to lead by example, showing future generations that success is about more than accolades. It's about upholding the values that define a true champion. In doing so, they become not only remarkable athletes but also beacons of integrity in the world of sports. Through resilience, education, and a renewed commitment to integrity, a transformative wave sweeps across the sports landscape, rooted deeply in the lessons learned from past mistakes. As communities rally together and redefine their values, they ensure that the story of integrity prevails, reminding everyone involved that true greatness lies not just in athletic achievements but in upholding moral responsibility.